Thank you, Nate. Former Vice President Joe Biden enters the presidential primary contest for 2020, joining a growing field of Democrats, now numbering more than 20 announced candidates. In a video posted to Twitter, the former vice president said he was inspired to run after the deadly 2017 clash in Charlottesville between white supremacists and counter-protesters. Specifically, President Trump's comments afterward. There were some very fine people on both sides.
We are in the battle for the soul of this nation.
President Trump reacted in a tweet. "Welcome to the race, Sleepy Joe. I only hope you have the intelligence, long in doubt, to wage a successful primary campaign. It will be nasty. You will be dealing with people who truly have some very sick and demented ideas. But if you make it, I will see you at the starting gate." So the question is, can Joe Biden prevail in the Democratic primary and defeat President Trump? Let's bring in tonight's A-plus panel. Democratic strategist Bill Caruso back with us. Good to see you, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
And Republican strategist Jeanette Hoffman. Jeanette, I'm going to start with you on this. Interesting that the vice president chose Charlottesville. And again, to me, you hear this very out of context remarks. When the president said fine people, he was talking about protesters who want to keep statues erected. He was not talking about white supremacists, but that's been distorted over time. Is that a smart way to go? Who does that mobilize for him to say that?
I don't know. To me, that was kind of an odd statement for him to cherry pick as the reason for him to get into the race. But let's put all that to the side. I think this Democratic primary with Joe Biden jumping in right now makes it a whole hot mess. There's at least 20 candidates running. I think Joe Biden kind of comes in at a very different lane. He's very middle of the road in a very progressive field of candidates. He's got a very interesting energy. He makes a huge connection with people. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see going forward.
Bill, let me ask you, react if you can to that and the Trump tweet. Classic President Trump, right? Demented ideas, sick ideas. He's got a point if he's talking to his base, Republican voters who are opposed to all these socialist ideas coming from the Democrats. And Biden is not that. He is middle of the road.
The president should be concerned about this. I think Joe Biden is a legitimate threat. I think Joe Biden has some cross-party appeal. It might pull away some folks that might be on the fence right now about President Trump. The best thing about Joe Biden, though, is I do think he's got a clear lane in this primary that he owns alone. You mentioned the size of this field, but most of the candidates in this race on the Democratic side are competing for the same oxygen. It's very progressive left-leaning, where Biden does claim the center almost to himself right now. So I think it's exciting.
In politics, your strengths are your weaknesses and your weaknesses are your strengths. Joe Biden is seen as the grown-up in the room, but he's almost too much of a grown-up. He's going to be 78 if he wins and is sworn in. So I think he's going to get some criticism for that. Does he have what it takes? Does he have the stamina to run for president and actually serve as president, Bill?
All right. Thanks, guys. We'll keep you posted.